Tulips, a flower famous for its brilliant beauty and diverse colors, have become the national symbol of the Netherlands. But few people know that tulips do not originate from the Netherlands. This flower was brought to Europe from Turkey in the 16th century and quickly won the hearts of Europeans thanks to its beauty and uniqueness. The first tulip bulbs arrived in the Netherlands via traders, and they immediately became a phenomenon. Tulips were originally grown in the gardens of the rich and aristocratic, becoming a symbol of luxury and social status. The charm of tulips lies not only in their unique color and shape but also in their scarcity and high value. Each tulip bulb has a story, a unique characteristic, creating a diversity and richness that few flowers have. In the 17th century, the Netherlands witnessed an economic and special society called Tulip Mania. During this period, the value of tulips increased to absurd levels, causing many people to rush into tulip trading and speculation. Particularly rare tulip bulbs can be traded for the equivalent of a large house or farm. Tulip Mania began around 1634 and reached its peak in 1636 to 1637. The demand for tulips increased suddenly, not only from flower lovers but also from those looking for quick profits. The value of rare tulip bulbs like the Semper Augustus variety has increased to tremendous levels, making many people willing to sell all their assets to invest in tulips. But like all economic bubbles, Tulip Mania also faced collapse. In 1637, the value of tulips suddenly plummeted, causing panic and economic crisis. Many people lost all their assets and fell into poverty. Tulip Mania ended, but it left a deep mark in Dutch history and the tulip growing industry. After Tulip Mania ended, the tulip growing industry in the Netherlands began to stabilize and develop in a more sustainable direction. Dutch farmers learned from past mistakes and focused on improving tulip growing and care techniques. Manual farming methods have remained important throughout the centuries, with the patience and meticulousness of farmers. Back then, growing tulips was not an easy job. Every morning, farmers have to wake up very early to start their work. Tulip bulbs are carefully planted in carefully prepared beds. The soil must be loosened and fully fertilized to provide nutrients for the flower bulbs. Planting flower bulbs also needs to ensure a reasonable distance so that the plants have enough space to grow. Farmers have to spend a lot of time and effort to take care of these flower bulbs. Regular watering and regular inspection to detect and remove diseased plants are indispensable tasks. It is also important to protect tulips from frost and harsh weather elements. Farmers often use protective measures to protect crops from frost in winter. One of the biggest challenges farmers face is the diseases and viruses that can attack crops. These diseases not only reduce yields but can also cause major damage to the entire crop. Therefore, monitoring and removing unsuitable trees is an important task. Whenever a diseased plant is discovered, the farmer must quickly remove it to protect the other plants. As a tulip farmer, I have heard many stories from my grandparents about the early days of the growing industry. This flower. My grandparents said that tulips have become an important part of their lives, not only because of their economic value but also because of their passion and love for this flower. One of the most memorable memories is when the whole family planted and cared for tulip bulbs together. Every fall, we begin the work of planting tulip bulbs, creating colorful flower fields in the spring. This work not only requires patience but also brings joy and happiness when seeing tulips blooming. Small parties are held right in the flower fields when the harvest season comes. Families and friends gather, harvest together and share joy. Tulips are not only a product but also a symbol of solidarity and love between people. However, there are also difficult and challenging times. Some years, sudden frosts or diseases have ruined the entire crop. At those times, we faced failure and loss. But those difficulties have helped us become stronger and learn from mistakes to improve our work. The tulip growing industry in the Netherlands has undergone a technological revolution, transforming from traditional manual methods to modern growing techniques. Advances in technology have not only increased yields but also improved the quality of tulips. One of the biggest changes is the introduction of mechanization in the planting and harvesting process. In the past, growing tulips required a lot of manual labor, from plowing the soil, planting bulbs, watering to harvesting. Today, modern machines have replaced much of this work. The automatic bulb planting machine can precisely set the depth and distance between bulbs, ensuring that each tulip bulb has optimal growing conditions. The use of machinery in harvesting is also highly effective. In the past, harvesting tulips required a lot of effort and time, but now, machines can harvest them quickly and effectively. This not only reduces labor but also helps protect the tulips from damage during harvesting. In addition, technology is also applied in controlling and protecting crops from adverse environmental factors. Automatic and remote-controlled watering systems help ensure that tulips always receive the water and nutrients they need. Environmental monitoring and sensor systems help farmers monitor crop conditions and early detect problems such as diseases or nutritional deficiencies, thereby providing timely corrective measures. Harvesting process and tulip processing has improved significantly thanks to technological developments. When the harvest season comes, machines will be used to pull tulip bulbs from the soil. These machines are designed to gently lift flower bulbs without damaging them. This is important because any damage can affect the tuber's ability to germinate and grow in the next crop. After harvesting, tulip bulbs are taken to the processing factory. Here, the flower bulbs are washed and dried. This process is performed using modern machinery to ensure that all flower bulbs are cleaned and dried evenly. Washing and drying flower bulbs not only helps remove dirt and bacteria but also helps preserve flower bulbs better. Next, the tulip bulbs are graded based on size and quality. Large, healthy flower bulbs will be selected for sale or replanting, while smaller bulbs can be used to grow new plants. This sorting process is performed using modern machinery with high precision, helping to ensure that only the best flower bulbs are selected. Part of the flower bulbs are stored for replanting the following season. These tubers are stored under strictly controlled temperature and humidity conditions to ensure that they will germinate and grow well in the next crop. The remaining tubers will be packaged and exported around the world. The Netherlands is currently the world's largest exporter of tulip bulbs, with millions of flower bulbs exported each year. One of the important advances in tulip growing is the use of greenhouses. Greenhouses not only help protect tulips from adverse weather factors, but also create ideal conditions for plant growth. Growing tulips in a greenhouse begins with planting flower bulbs in cold conditions. Flower bulbs are stored in a cooling room for a certain period of time, usually from 11 to 17 weeks, at a temperature of about 11 degrees Celsius. This process helps activate new sprouts and roots, preparing them for planting in the future. Greenhouse. After going through the cooling period, the tulip bulbs are transferred to the greenhouse. Here, temperature and humidity are strictly controlled to create the best conditions for plants. Modern lighting systems, such as LED lights, are used to provide the light necessary for tulips' photosynthesis and growth. This helps plants grow faster and produce beautiful, healthy flowers. Growing tulips in a greenhouse also brings many other benefits. First, it helps extend the growing season, allowing farmers to grow tulips year-round instead of just during a specific season. Second, greenhouses help protect plants from harsh weather factors such as frost, heavy rain, or intense sunlight. Third, controlling the environment in greenhouses helps reduce the risk of diseases and pests, thereby minimizing the use of pesticides and chemicals. Modernization of the tulip growing industry has not only bring positive changes in technique and technology but also help improve the lives and work of farmers. Their stories of perseverance, passion, and love for tulips are a source of inspiration and motivation to continue developing this flower growing industry. With the support of technology and the dedication of farmers, the tulip growing industry in the Netherlands promises to grow strongly and bring more success in the future.